Mareigh, go ahead and give us an education check, and actually anybody else who would like to, or at least I guess Mareigh, if you want to do that as well, and then Kaspar, if you want to do a Witcher check.
Yeah.
While you two do that, Kilton, you see a guy with kind of like a very simple, almost kind of like straw fez, I guess, would be the closest type of hat.
A straw fez.
Humble merchant.
He comes up and he has like very, average clothes, and he goes, "Well, hello there. Would you like to play a simple game of billiards, sir? It's been some time since I've played."
Of course, I'd love to.
Excellent.
I'm also very rusty.
As am I. I mean, it's been so long since I've played. It's probably been
Well, don't play
couple
that
of years.
guy over there. He cheats. And I motion toward the charlatan.
Well, there's so many cheaters and, well,
This is his
it's just
stealth
real
partner.
bad people out there in this world these days. I don't understand why people feel the need to cheat at a game, especially one as simple and beautiful as a game like this. I just don't know why.
Well, right, let's get to it. First round for fun, maybe?
Yeah, sure, of course. Would you like to? I think every round should be fun, right?
Oh, right, then let's...
Why don't you hit the ball first?
This is
Hit the
little
ball.
league coach ass Midwestern dad.
Jimmy Stewart, motherfucker.
Look, if this is someone that doesn't trigger my fight or flight instincts, I'm super
The
fine
only
with
good
this.
person in this bar, aside from the owner.
We're so used to everyone in this world being just a little fucked up and also a little mean. So someone being genuinely nice is we don't
Maybe
trust.
this
We
guy-
don't
This is
trust
an
that.
act. This is I
Really
100%
good at-
believe this is an act.
I don't believe it. All right, I'm gonna... What do I roll for that? Gambling?
Yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and do, since we're not betting for anything, I think, let's see. I think pool would be either sleight of, it'd be like a dex game, right? I mean, like it's,
Slash spear. I mean...
that would be very fun. Yeah, let's do that just because why not?
That's funny.
Reflex skill, yeah.
I don't know why the hell I have 2 points in it, but...
We'll do 2 out of 3, so we'll do
Staff
3
slash
rolls
spear.
each to see. So first
I don't
round.
remember ever
Let's
putting
see.
2 points in spear.
Probably you got trained in it from Lucien.
That was it.
Ooh.
Oh, coming back.
Oh, buddy.
You easily knock a few different of the balls into different pockets with one shot. He goes, wow.
Yeah. Beginner's
That's-
luck, I suppose.
I don't know if I've ever seen a shot as good as that. That was just real good, pal.
The sniper continues.
All right.
Have another go. Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if I.
uh,
You easily sink the rest of your shots, and he hasn't he's made like 2 shots that are actually good.
oh, I've been him in this game of pool many times.
Yeah.
I can only be good at pool and
Yeah, you can't win every one, but at least we had fun. You want to keep playing for a little bit? I could use the practice.
sure, why not?
Hey, tell me, friend, what is it that you do? You look like
Well,
a
I'm
well-to-do guy.
merchant.
You don't say. What kind of
And-
merchantry do you do?
I sell for a few local blacksmiths, Arrow and Fletchers. axes, swords, arrows. Horseshoes, though I just got bought up on those, so I lie.
I don't want to use a bad term, but it sounds sort of like a merchant of death. I've heard
horseshoes.
people get trampled to death every day.
That's true.
Horseshoes
That's true.
contribute to that.
And they would still trample without the shoes.
Well, I'm mostly just a grain merchant. I buy and sell in various types of grains. But it's a good
you
living.
buy and sell to hunters?
Well, hunters don't. It's mostly like bakeries and mills and things like that. I buy grains from one place that they grow a special kind of grain, and then I travel and I sell a little bit of that grain somewhere else, and I make a little bit of money, and then I do it all over again.
And the fucking quartermaster buys your bread, sells it to the soldiers who use it to die, kill, and no. I'm gonna cut that off at the I don't know, brain stem and say, gotta love bread. Always good with meat, which is accessible with arrows.
That's true. That's true. I don't mean to disparage your work, sir. I've heard
Never
that
sell to
term
a
thrown
violent
around quite a bit,
soul
and
in my
I
life.
just. Well, I respect your work, and I don't mean to disparage it. I think it's quite good. As people like you gotta do the work like that. You want to play another round?
Yes, let's go.
He seems a little bit more nervous around you now, but
Well, whatever.
Found one of the only pacifists in this universe.
Conscientious objector, grain salesman.
I also object to the war for what it's worth.
oh no, I never said I object to the war. I think we should kill them all, but
Not
Average
you
old
or
man.
me, of course.
Not
We're
me.
merchants.
No,
We're merchants.
stay far away from me, but I just think there's bad, bad energies around contributing to it in such a active way. I just want to send. Oh, sorry, my microphone. I bumped it again. Gotta be careful with
We're
that.
filming a podcast.
No
Merchants
Frenchist.
around the pool table.
Met every single one of the people we've talked to in this bar.
Subscribe on Pool Pod to hear more.
All right, Kilton, you and
to the
this
prostitute.
merchant
She's probably
continue
nice.
playing.
I want to talk to the prostitute.
And Julian is already over there. He's talking up
This merchant
the
laid with the
envious
prostitute.
prostitute.
Do you think we could get this very nice merchant like a night with the prostitute?
Don't. Do not.
Come on, man! We just have like a whole hangover moment. I'm gonna get you laid.
Not even gonna try with the writer. I'm not gonna subject her to that. Even if he does
seem
pay.
like a nice lady. I wouldn't wanna.
All right, Opheia with the lore keeper, and let's see, Mareigh with an 18 on your intelligence check.
And Kaspar with, I think it's 27 with the.
Yes,
with
yours
your
is
thingy.
the Witcher lore, though. Let's see. So actually, I think this would just be Mareigh's because Opheia, yours is kind of closer to Witcher lore in this case. Mareigh, you've heard kind of hearsay and stories about Leshens before. They're quite rare. And let's see. The things that you would know with an 18. Essentially, the idea is that Leshens are sort of living embodiments of forests or of certain landscapes, and essentially kind of protectors of the forest, as Opheia had mentioned. This kind of begins to ring a bell in your memory of your education. You know that Leshen forests are usually kind of protected and are often sort of protected by magical natural traps, kind of magical totems and things like that. And if you do have to fight one, they are generally kind of vulnerable to fire, and they can be quite formidable. As far as like how difficult they are to fight, you would know that they are pretty high up there on the list of monsters. They have a lot of abilities, and because they are sort of embodiments of the land, they
can usually kill you before you even find them.
Yeah, they can be very formidable to actually like fight the embodiment of. Mareigh, that's what you recall from your education. And Kaspar, so you and Opheia would know kind of a little bit more about like the actual monster lore side of things. You know that they tend to kind of lord over very primeval forests, very old forests, old growth stands, you might say. And their magic allows them to essentially control the plants and animals of the domain that they control, essentially using them to do their bidding. That can also make them challenging because they can have lots of animals and plants protecting them. Fighting them is essentially fighting the forest itself, and from the very moment you enter into its domain, you're in danger from it. And then that's essentially what you recall from the lore of things. Additionally, that they're like getting to the Leshen itself usually means surviving lots and lots of attacks from plants and animals that are defending it. Essentially, it's a siege type of fight if you do have to fight one.
A question for Resident Witcher and Druid. Could a Leshen become... Do Leshens interface with humans? Do they demand things from those who settle near their forests, or they keep to themselves and generally just expel or consume intruders?
Their demands of humans are typically to vacate the premises. They are a little heavy-handed in their messaging.
So they wouldn't they wouldn't think twice about squashing some runaway teens.
Yes, but also they are hard to miss. Their forests are not exactly hangout spots.
And if people around here know there's a Leshen in a forest, I would imagine it's general knowledge to not go into it.
One would hope.
Are Leshen forests usually occupied by other monsters, or do Leshens usually repel other monsters?
Beasts.
It depends how powerful the monster is, but I've heard tales of Leshens having control over, I'll say, less powerful monsters like mechers, that kind of thing.
Could a Leshen be manipulated by another monster?
Did you have one in mind?
Our working theory for these disappearances was a grey hag. The grey hag being able to control a Leshen would be quite a formidable foe.
This is
or a grey hag even just using a Leshen's force as a manipulation tactic.
No, we could never kill the poor Leshen. Right, Opheia? Even if it was being manipulated.
Hilton, setting aside that
And Kaspar.
You both have K names. Kaspar, setting aside that some of us do have scruples, we actually couldn't. It's extremely difficult.
But not impossible.
I don't... the most successful attempts use so-called controlled burns. It's not pretty.
I have enough, I think between me and Mareigh, we have enough controlled burn as it would be needed.
And maybe a bit of
So, are you gonna-
uncontrolled burn, right, Mareigh? Julian shouts across the bar room.
I flip him off.
Now, I'm going to try to enjoy not being the freak in the middle of the room for once.
Wait, hold on a minute. Aren't you
What?
going to try to twist my arm into helping you?
I'm not going to make you do anything you don't wish to do, Opheia.
Argue with me. Come on. I feel.
She likes the chase.
You know, Opheia, if I could understand people a little bit better, I would have assumed that you're trying to come on to me with how much you want me to argue with you.
Well, you are assuming wrong.
Obviously. But-
Obviously. Normally, you're a much more stimulating conversation than this, if you can believe it.
Yes. Tonight, he kind of just grabs the bottle, grabs his tankard. I wish to relax. Have a bath. Be human for a few hours. Is that allowed, Ms. Opheia?
I won't impede you.
Faye, I have a question for you. Not about any of whatever just happened. I frankly don't care about that. He does have a point, though. I remember a ritual that you used back at Kaer Saren. Some sort of cheese divination?
It's new to me.
What was that?
I forgot about cheese divination.
How does it work
It's
specifically?
tyromancy.
Tyromancy. How does it work?
Do you want me to teach it to you?
Eventually, yes, but I want explain
can
to
do
me
that.
how it works first. What information you were able to glean from said cheese, and if the quality of cheese matters.
The quality of the cheese actually does matter, unfortunately.
does.
That's why it's sort of fallen out of
Fascinating.
It does. It's why it's fallen out of practice. It's very difficult to get a hold of quality cheese with the war.
I haven't had a good aged soft cheese since I was 30. I think they killed the freaking bacteria that needs to make it.
Many things have been lost to time like that.
Time and warfare.
Well, the
What can you
answer
learn
is that
from
it
it?
isn't really. It's not really specifics. You have to have a question in mind before you start the ritual. And for instance, if you're melting it, I just sort of visualize a question like, I don't know, will it rain tomorrow? Although there are many easier ways to determine if it's going to rain tomorrow than using this spell, but let's
For
put
simplicity's
that
sake.
aside. And I'm to melt the cheese. Just as I begin the spell, I already know what to look for. I know that if the cheese more to my left side melts faster, the answer is yes, and if the part to the right melts faster, it means no. If it's sort of a upward arch, it means that there's going to be hail, and if it's downward, it means that it's going to be closer to showers. But
This sounds like a much more complicated tea leaf ritual.
it is a more complicated tea leaf ritual. You get a little bit more of the specifics, I think, but yeah, I mean, you just know by looking at it. You just
And it's
watch it melt
query-based.
away, and it is query based, and you just get a feeling.
Wanted to wait until Kaspar was gone before I talked to you about this. I don't want to rule out the possibility that the sorceresses are actually involved in these disappearances. I didn't want to admit that in front of him. But I know my own kind. And I know how extended age can warp someone's perception of what they consider common folk. I remember when we came to the lodge, they told us to not go downstairs. It could just be a simple proprietary secret, sort of members only. But if you could speak to the cheese on my behalf. Sounds so strange to say that. If something related to the disappearances is in the basement of the lodge, it would be most appreciative. And I'll find whatever components you need for the ritual. Buy the best cheese in this town for it.
I could certainly do that. There's just I don't know. There's just something about the sorceresses, though. They just seem so... I don't know. I'm so disarmed around them. Maybe I'm envious.
That's entirely by design. Everything about them, about us, is calculated. The image is carefully crafted. A persona developed over the course of decades of observation and innovation, and frankly, ruthlessness. I've met sorceresses with varying levels of ambition, but all of them are ruthless, myself included. I like to think I'm a little less ruthless than many of my peers, but I'm not so different from them at the end of the day.
Well, maybe I'm just foolish. I don't really
I
want to keep you at an arm's length, but...
I don't wish that. I want to be someone who is trusted and is trustworthy. So I act like such. But my ambitions are my own. I just don't want to rule out the fact that they could be no different from the rest.
Well,
mages have done many foolish things in our humanity's time of having magic. Pissing off villagers by kidnapping young for strange esoteric reasons would not be the strangest thing that they've done, or the stupidest thing that they've done. I would like to rule them out as suspects before we endeavor too far into this local scene. I don't want this hunch to be correct. I don't want this suspicion to be founded. But all avenues.
I'm not going to argue this. I do just need some cheese. That's
it?
Well, actually, let me make sure. I don't know if I wrote components down. I'll backfill if there's anything else I need. Really, I'd like to get it ruled out too, actually, because I wasn't saying that just to annoy to annoy Kaspar like that. I don't think, even with my moral qualms, that it would be a good idea to enter the domain of a Leshen.
Oh, I don't think it's a good idea either. If it's being controlled by another creature, though, if that's even possible, or even another mage, I don't even know if that's possible.
We have a lot of investigation to do. But yes, I'll get to it. Speaking of having a lot of investigation to do, what are your plans for this evening?
interviewing the local color, but I don't think there's much to be found here. I think there's a lot of... Everyone here is very sad. Or angry.
Amy and...
Is it just because they're poor?
I've spent a lot of time in a lot of villages, and almost everyone around this continent is poor. They learn to live with it. I think there's something else happening. Or maybe this inn just has a bad air about it. Maybe we should step out. Draws in all the people seeking misery, more company, something like that.
The innkeeper is, the proprietor is very miserable, and for good reason. His mood being reflected upon everyone else doesn't seem like be that influential of a person, even if he is enmeshed in local politics.
Mareigh, go ahead and give me a streetwise check.
Ooh, will do.
Or social etiquette, actually. I would
Ooh,
either one of those.
I will do social etiquette because it's a whole 1 point better. Woo!
Ooh, another critical. You're doing
Another critical. Same
31.
critical. Fine.
Mareigh, it kind of clicks to you that like this town definitely might have a higher than average number of dismal and angry people, but also it's like a bar on a Wednesday night, and
That
it
is
tends
true.
to attract
I forgot what
the
day it
sad and
was.
angry people.
Yeah.
Everybody happy is somewhere else.
Yeah,
This is
it's
that
kind of
bar by
just
my,
like
this is that bar by my old place at like 4 p.m. on a Wednesday.
yeah, exactly. You wandered in at like kind of early in the evening, and it was like most of the other hardworking people are probably just home with their families.
Yeah, okay.
These are people without families.
This is these are miserable drunks, George, and should not be counted as an outlier.
Maybe not
Okay.
a perfect representation of the town as a whole.
Drinks 10,000 spiders a year
Okay.
out of a mug.
Okay. I did just remember it is 5 p.m. on a Wednesday, and we are in a bar. A greater sample of the town should be taken. We live such a strange lifestyle. We forget that people have normal schedules to their lives.
We're in the bar at 5
Yes, I
p.m.
actually
We're in the
always
bar
had
at
to
5 p.m. Oh no, besties.
Speaking of being at the bar at 5 p.m., Kaspar walks over to the table with Julian and the envious prostitute. Should I roll something to see if Casper's actually getting drunk?
Yes.
He's
So
like playing a
Kaspar-
big game, but like I don't know if he's actually like.
Get drunk enough to talk to the prostitute. Go.
Caspar, as you walk
Oh, no, he
over
was playing
to
on piggybacking off of Julian's wrist.
Julian.
Oh, which of you
yeah.
is the wingman
You
here?
just-
I want to know.
I mean, I think Julian
Julian's
is.
gonna close, and you're just gonna watch.
Promise.
Yeah.
Caspar, go ahead and give us a. Let's see. I think it's
I
a
think it's
endurance
better when he's
check.
drunk. Endurance, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and give us an endurance check for your alcohol consumption. So it's hitting you a little bit, but your metabolism is so fast, and you know your mutagens kind of filter things out so quickly. You can drink, basically just pure alcohol with poison in it as a regular thing. So it's hitting you, but basically to everyone else it would be the equivalent of like you've had maybe 2 or 3 beers. Like you're starting to feel a little bit
tragic.
buzzed, and you've drank like most of this bottle of dwarven spirits.
Ugh, tragic.
He just wants to be able to imagine never being able to get drunk physically.
As you approach, you see Julian is talking up this local prostitute, and you see that a few of the other... at this point, you guys have been here for, maybe a couple of hours, kind of having your meal, playing a couple rounds of pool, chatting with some of the locals. So it's probably getting close to maybe like 9 or 10 at this point, and a lot of the workers who have, field work and stuff tomorrow are starting to filter out, so...
Julian, care to share a drink with me?
Sure, Kaspar. I was sharing a drink with Pauline here, but A drink with you sounds oh so good, old buddy. Yes.
Pauline wished to join us as well.
Oh, sure, the more the merrier. Pull up a chair.
Yeah.
I pour them like a shot glass amount because I know that this would absolutely kill somebody else drinking it like I am.
Yes, they both take it and take the shots. They seem to enjoy it. Oh, thank you for that. Yes, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
I lean over to Opheia. This is about to be either really funny or really disastrous, so keep your eyes peeled.
Which means I can't pull my eyes away. I know.
You see that Pauline kind of eyes you, Kaspar, as you come over to the table, maybe a little bit buzzed but not drunk, and she notices that you're like road weary. You're kind of dusty, mucky around the boots. Kind of look like you've been on the road for a little bit. And she says, if you're interested, we do have a bathhouse around the side of the building. We've got Florence there, and if you're interested in a bath as well as maybe any other services, we do have those here.
That actually sounds like a fine time.
Of course, then. If you'd like, I can show you the way. It's just around the corner and down the hall.
Literally just whisk off the...
Steal your girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
To be fair, Julian doesn't have to pay for it.
If she's any good at her job, he'll have to pay for it.
No, I know, but like he could find somebody to have sex with, like just regular.
Oh yeah. Maybe that writer.
Maybe that writer. God knows he needs it. I'd be delighted.
Of course, darling. Follow me. She'll kind of stand up from the table. She turns to Julie and she says, I'll be back shortly, dear. And she leads Kaspar kind of around the corner, down the hallway to...
And Kaspar gets jumped.
No, you are led into a very nice looking kind of, massage room / bathhouse. You see it's kind of set up as, like a little bit of a spa type place, some a relatively fresh coat of whitewash and some kind of watercolor type paintings on the wall. You see that there's a window kind of looking out over a view of the river that's nearby and kind of a garden type area. And you see there is another prostitute here, presumably Florence, that this other one had mentioned. And you see there's a nice bathhouse, and Florence greets you. She says, "Hello there, dear. Would you like a bath? Warm your bones after the hard road traveled?"
Yes.
All right. Kaspar signs up for a bath here, and very Red Dead Redemption style gets his bath there. You have to now play the bathing mini game like in Red Dead, where you have to scrub your foot a little bit and then scrub your other foot, and then she'll come over and ask you if you want some help.
It's so realistic. You don't understand. Now, every time Kaspar takes a bath, I do imagine Geralt in the bath.
Yeah.
Feet out, just like leaned in.
Yeah.
Soak in the torso.
Probably
all right, but it's a nice
to take off the glasses. Gonna be weird.
Hot bath. They clearly have this set up as like a service for traveling merchants and other people that come through here. So like a store of hot water, and it's quite a nice bath. What was that?
How much is all this?
Oh, the bath, a hot bath is 15, here?
Okay.
And then are you going to seek
As
any
for
other services?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see how much a prostitute service is. Apparently
Just
only
for
12
now.
gold in the book. So we'll go
Wow,
with that.
That is wild.
That is so.
It's for an hour though.
Yeah.
It's 12 gold an hour.
Yeah, okay, so it's...
And this
Economy
would
really
be a pretty
is in
average
shambles.
establishment,
Wow.
right? It's not like super fancy prostitutes. It's like, your small town prostitute. So
what is
12
like
gold
15 for the bath?
Small town whore.
15 for the bath, 12 for the prostitute.
It's fast casual.
And depending on what
Red
Kaspar
Robin
is looking for
prostitute.
here, it's kind of more of like a massage parlor type experience, but he can ask for whatever he wants. But we'll fade to black
Yeah.
there as Kaspar gets his services.
Kaspar unwinds.
Yes.
Yeah, he deserves it. You guys do just like...
He's gone for he walks off and we notice he's been gone for a long time.
He's gone, but for some reason I can visualize him smiling. It's very strange.
Good for him.
Mari's like, I can't.
Like, I
Hilton
don't want to
back-
think about it, but good. I don't want to think about it, but good for him.
Kilton back at the pool table as you handily win against the humble merchant yet again. He stands not really much of a chance really against you, but he enjoys playing. And he goes, well, mister, I think it's about time I really should be getting going. I got to get up and out on the road early tomorrow, but it sure was a real pleasure to play a couple of rounds of this real nice game with you. You know, you said you were a weapons trader and a merchant of that sort.
Tools. They're more tools than anything.
Well, yes, indeed. Tools and weapons and, just, all sorts of things used for bludgeoning and beating people.
I said an
that
axe.
sort.
I never said a battle axe.
I suppose it depends mostly on the context. But
Swords are for harvesting. No, you know what harvesting involves.
I don't know if I've ever heard it put in that way, but I think I might remember that. But you might want to check out the local merchant. He's a real good salesperson. In fact, I just bought myself some traveling armor. He kind of shows under his shirt like kind of a simple leather jerkin, leather armor kind of thing. He goes, there's dangerous folks out on the roads these days, and well, us simple merchants, so we can't be too careful.
Yeah.
So
How much did that? Well, I'll go check it out. Thank you.
Yeah, he offers real good deals. This was just 150 gold by itself, so pretty good. Pretty good.
I'll check that out.
Well, you have a good night, sir. Maybe I'll see you out there on the road sometime. We're
Maybe
back
so.
here at another pool table. Yeah, heads off to his room for the night. Anything else anyone wants to do in the bar room as it's starting to kind of quiet down here? People are,
I think the only thing, I don't think anything in here, I think I will just ask Mareigh. It's like, well, it's been a long time since we've, since, the Oxenford days where we've, gotten together one-on-one. Do you want any assistance with your investigations tonight?
I don't think there's much more to investigate, but if we can do that tyromancy, if I could help you with that, that would be something I'd like to do sooner rather than later.
I need 2 servings of cheese.
I will purchase 2 servings of this establishment's finest cheese.
At this point, you
to
see.
read off the risks.
Oh, go ahead. Opheia.
Go ahead. No,
go ahead.
I'll say it later. I was just gonna say that the reason that we want the finer cheese is because I don't remember if we mentioned this last time, but it'll make our odds of getting a truthful reading better, but we don't know because Zephyr will roll privately. We won't know if it'll be a truth or a lie. So we want our odds to be good.
Okay. Finest cheese.
And we need 2 of them.
About this time in the evening, as the bar room is starting to quiet down and most of the locals are heading back to get ready for their next day of work, you see Ramin enter into the bar, kind of look around, and kind of grab a seat near the rest of you, and he goes, "Hello, my friends. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. I had to explain to my wife why I was going to the bar by myself to meet a bunch of friends. She was not too pleased, but she eventually understood that it is an honor debt that I owe Mr. Kilton, and that
You should have brought her with you. That would have been fine.
I don't think that would have been a good idea. No, that would not have gone well for any of us.
All right.
But I'm here now, and I'm excited to talk to you all and see what we might be able to ascertain. I hope that perhaps your investigation into the missing children is going well so far, perhaps?
It's... No one seems to know much.
We've decided which conjecture we're going to sort through first.
That is a good direction. I mean, I guess to be fair, if people knew what was going on, then we wouldn't need to investigate. But
people just don't remember much out of the ordinary before the children vanished.
Yes. People here have a short memory, especially for, things of the unusual sort. But yes, perhaps ask around tomorrow to some of the local merchants on the main strip. They might be a bit more thoughtful in their memories of comings and goings. Many of the locals here are drunks and laborers and people who don't necessarily pay attention to the intricacies of the daily goings-on.
To other people's children.
Exactly.
To children in general.
The worst thing that you can possibly have to think about is other people's children.
I can't imagine the literacy rate here is very high either.
Oh no, it's almost 0, which is
God.
incredible.
That's incredible.
I did not think it was going to be that
it to be
bad.
statistically almost impossible.
I think it's incredible that there's a statistician who resides who figured that out.
Well, it's a hobby of mine, really. So.
Oh, you excellent.
Statistics is his hobby. Oh my god, I love this man.
Here's a mathematician.
I love this man.
Yes, not just a capable warrior, but a mathematician as well.
Learned man. I love to see it.
Mareigh says, twirling her hair.
I know he's married. It's fine. I've had my married men face. It's over.
Girl.
Well, I recommend. I really do need to get back to my wife before too late tonight. But I have got the clear for tomorrow that we can.
Are you friendly with most of the merchants on the main strip?
Oh yes, I'm not part of the business council. I am too new here, and they have some odd requirements for residency that I am pushing against. But I have not got a seat on the council yet. But
they don't
we are
hate your
friendly.
guts. Okay,
Yes,
good.
yes, no, we're friendly.
You will be a very helpful interface between our inquiries and their suspicions.
Yes, indeed. Stop by my house tomorrow morning, perhaps 8:39, and we shall go speak to a few of them, whichever you'd like, and I can make introductions, and I can help you however you need around here.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course.
Have a good evening.
See you around.
Yes.
Take care.
Love him.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
All right. Ramin heads off to his wife and leaves you once again.
Oh, I guess also when I'm talking specifics,
man.
that would be 2 units that are worth 30 crowns each. So
Oh, Jesus. 60 crowns for cheese?
so maybe you don't want the highest quality cheese.
Hector, the barkeep or tavern keep, comes over to the table again. He says, Yes, is there anything else I can get you all for this evening?
Can I possibly request a cheese plate?
Of course, yes. We have a fairly decent selection here, although not extensive. But we've got cheddars and fettas and some blue cheese and some bries. We have some mozzarellas and some goudas, and we have creamed cheese, which is rare in these parts. We have goat cheese, of course, very common. We have a bit of cottage cheese. We have
Quite a lot of cheese.
We have Parmesan cheese. We have Tamarian cheese. We have some Asiago cheese.
I didn't realize we were in Wisconsin.
Yes, it's just down the road a little ways, a few miles. Yes, we got some sheep cheeses as well.
Must be quite thriving out here.
Oh, indeed, the rolling hills and the valleys.
Excellent.
We have good cheese area.
Great for cattle. Great for milk cows.
Mm-hmm. Yes, a lot of cheese lovers out here too.
We are some of them.
I am indeed a lover of the cheese. Which of these? What check can I make to determine which of these cheeses is more high end? I know that things like cottage cheese and like sheep's cheese and like the soft cheeses are not that rare because they're not that valuable because they don't take a lot to age.
Yeah, I mean, you get probably like, if they have things like cheddars or goudas, those would probably be, mid-range. Things like their bries and stuff might be fancier, things like that. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I make a check to see which of these cheeses would have the best turnaround?
Gonna buy this man's
If we buy in bulk, we have good cheese for spells, and also I could sell good cheese, and there might be a bulk discount.
He could get you in touch with a dairy merchant in the area to buy wholesale
from. Guy selling his cheese.
He's selling it retail. He's not selling it wholesale.
Yeah, this is just the guy who works here. He's just the barkeep. So
right. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should.
This is what
wholesale.
they have stocked. But he could hook you up with like their supplier if you wanted.
Ooh, hook me up with the supplier.
Of course.
And
Of course. I would get you.
Is that a wise thing to try and sell something with a very short shelf life?
As I've heard it, people love some road cheese, and it's an unusual business. So it might be very
cheese.
Road cheese.
Cheese on the road.
Cheese.
If you could find some way to
road cheese.
Aged cheese, yeah, it's not.
Aged cheese travels very well. It's why it's in a lot of rations.
If you could find some way to keep a little bit of cheese in like a little wax thingy and then just put it in a lunch or something like that, that would probably be a great idea.
With some meat,
or if you get those sausages from that
sausages
from that hill over by the Shire, that's
as evidence for the detritus from my table, my snack earlier today. Baby bell cheeses.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
all right, so he brings out. So you just want like mid-range cheese, right, or like regular cheese?
Mid-range cheese, like a Gouda, a Gouda, a cheddar, and let's do a Brie, I guess.
Let's see.
Or is Brie the more expensive one?
Brie's the more expensive one. So the regular standard quality cheese would be 10 crowns per like large block, essentially. The higher quality cheeses like the Brie and stuff like that would be 30 per block. So
that's a lot of cheese.
It's a decent size. I mean, cheese is, it's
a serving of cheese, 30 crowns for a serving of cheese. It's like they land up in here.
Mareigh walks into a bar and says, "Got any cheese?" You guys remember? You guys get it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna laugh at it though. I get the reference. I'm not gonna laugh at it though.
It's Urkel. You guys remember?
Okay.
That was Joe Biden.
Yeah. I make my cheese. I make my cheese purchase, and we begin to prepare for tea romancy. I'll buy the Brie because I want a good chance. I'll spend 60 crowns for this.
All right. He goes, oh, big spender. All right. Well, it's some real good brie, so I think you'll really enjoy it with some crackers or a nice dinner party. Anything to really just enjoy it. Just, yeah, it's good stuff. So he goes back into the back room, brings out two, like...
Any,
yeah,
Can we get some heat-resistant tongs, just to borrow?
Oh my god.
Are we gonna eat it after we're done? We're done.
Fondue.
I don't know that we have any we
Gonna
can
fondue
hand
it.
out, but the blacksmith down the street would probably have something like that.
We can
You have
just
a
use our
pot?
mess forks. We can use our mess forks for now. Our mess kits.
Nice.
60 crowns for cheese we can't even eat.
No, it typically ends up too charred and at the end to... Okay, well... Let's hope
If they end up not being the not being the culprits, I'm going to ask for large compensation for this.
All right, Julian, you see
I'm gonna just
heads
I
upstairs
assume this is a
with...
fire over here.
Yes, there's a large fireplace that is burning. Julian ends up heading upstairs, saying his goodnights as he goes up to
Where
the
did
room he
you
bought.
go?
Good night.
Good night.
Wait,
I'll
where
see
did
you all in the
you
morning.
go?
In the... Yes.
Oh, there you are.
He has what's her name in tow. I can't see her name tag anymore, and I forgot. So
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Not vengeful hooker. What was it?
envious
Vengeful-
prostitute.
Yes,
Envious
there we
prostitute,
go.
yeah.
I don't remember the name that Zephyr pulled out of his ass for her.
I do.
Oh, well,
Neither
you're not
does
there,
Julian.
princess.
It was Julian.
It was
Juliana.
Oh, is it
Julian.
neither does Julian?
Oh,
Neither does Julian. He doesn't need to know.
her name is Julianne.
Yeah. All right.
Oh god.
Bunch of misogynists over here.
So you got your cheese for the evening.
Yes.
Jeez,
I
even.
am going to just hold it out and just watch it watch what happens. I'm gonna do tyromancy. Custom modifiers. I'll put 5 luck into this as well.
All right. I think Opheia, as you're getting ready to prepare, let's hold off on the tyromancy.
Oh, just
We'll take
no,
a-
it does ritual crafting. Oh,
Yeah. We'll take a break there
nobody
for...
look at that. Nobody look at that.
Yeah, here. Well, that's a pretty good roll. I'll save it for now. We'll pick up there
Nobody look at
as
it.
you're preparing for the tyromancy, and we will see what happens next time.